here we go. Back again. It has been a very eventful couple of days for me in Minecraft. in Minecraft. Um, but yeah, so as I did, on stream, I got the 1311 for speed. Okay, I'm jumping ahead a bit too more. This is one seed that I've been speedrunning. It's the world record seed, or current world record on speedrun for 120. 120 and older and newer versions. Um, and this is the main one I've been using. The main slowdowns I've been having are because I don't know the insta kill technique. I haven't been familiar enough around the bastions, and my traversing to actually portal into the stronghold. So I finally managed to get like 16 minutes on my PB. Finally broke the 20-minute, and I did a long stream a couple of days ago where I got a 13-minute one, and I was like, "Holy shit! I'm going real fast right now." But I knew I could still do it better. There was still so much sloppiness I could do. And I'm about to show you is what happened after that stream. So I streamed for so long, I turned it off, chilled a bit, and then went, okay, let me just try a couple more for fun. And I was able to get this run. So I also was able to actually, I didn't have my mic connected for these, so I actually can play the sound versus for the 16 one, there wasn't any sound on it. So that's what you're hearing in the background is the actual game sound. Now the funny thing too with this one is I actually didn't even have my computer sound on until the end fights. Um, so it was yeah, but so this next run I did was actually, well, actually a couple things. So I didn't even have my the sound on right now, but you'll notice I don't have the I'm like, I don't know why I'm nervous. I just want to make sure my voice is heard. I don't have to do too much in post for this. Um, but I wanted to make sure that, or no, wait. I've already forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, right. But I also don't even have my timer in the top right. Now, this was a choice I made after I streamed, because I kind of realized I was relying on the timer a lot. I thought maybe it would, not having it there would help me just complete runs and kind of just have fun with it a bit more than having to be like, damn, it's already like, 3 minutes, I'm not even out of here, like what the hell. So great start. So two brutes. I had a decent overworld. Wasn't great, but wasn't horrible. So we have a lot of mobs here, which is good to distract everyone. Um, I managed to get the brutes fall over on this side, and I managed to lure this guy over, um, get him to trade for the pearls. Now I do have and then just since there's so many blazes right there, I grabbed the looting sword. This one showed up right next to me. I'm on fire, but I get the blazes. So once I get the pearl trade, I am ready to go. So I still have my axe, so I'm going to break the chests for quickness. I'm going to come back over here. Um, I don't know where the other pearls went. I don't think I get all the pearls. Um, yeah, that piglin drops down and scares the shit out of me. Um, yeah, because I only have 4 of them, I think. Do I get all? No, I don't think I have the 8. Yeah, I don't know where the other 3 pearl went. I see many blazoned wither, so I decided to go around. I actually wasn't sure this would work, but then I went, let me try it on here. So yeah, because I have the soul speed, which is real nice. I don't know if it gives you speed 1 or 2. It felt like speed 2. It feels like you're going faster than sprint jumping would help. So I ended up, so yeah, I just ran around. A little bit of a time loss, but again, I actually get past, because I only have the 8 pearls I need to get in the strongholds and not the additional 3 pearl trade. This is what, this made sense to me. So yeah, you can see here, me turning my brightness up. I keep forgetting that it records everything on the screen, because I had to change it for Max to actually, because Mac has apparently an issue with some OBS settings, so I had to change that. I grabbed the gold chestplate just for extra armor, because why not? I also grabbed the flint and steel even though I have the fire charge, so I don't really need it. I finally realized I could just dig through the wall instead of digging up and then jumping down, which in retrospect is the stupidest thing ever. Um, But yeah. But anyway, so at this point, it's 3:40. Well, probably about like 3:20 into the run, and I'm already like at the nether portal, which is actually insane pace. I think this is my PB at the time and stayed that way for a good while. Of like I got the pearl and the blaze rods at 2 minutes in, which is pretty crazy for me since I tend to take the brutes a bit slower. I tend to not like go super fast with it. Um, so yeah, I did not know I was on insane pace. I didn't have my like I had my clock that I can look at and be like, oh, it's like such and such time. That helps. So I knew I was probably on something decent, but I didn't know precisely how insane it was. Yeah, and I don't know if this is a known thing with nether portals. I always thought it was the same elevation every time. Um, but sometimes it spawns me high, sometimes it spawns me a little low, so ran around a little bit for that. Finally getting more, well, okay, the last time I got a decent run, I lit on fire for some reason, so I was a little bit scarred by that, and so I was a little bit careful on this one. My most recent runs, I have not been as scared. But yeah, but I'm in the end in basically 4.5 minutes, and I don't have the extra pearl, so I gotta just bridge over. Um, but it is still like kind of insane pace for me to actually. Yeah, just gonna use some chests real quick. Don't mind me. Um, yes, but this is still an insane pace because again, normally my like an average end fight is 8 minutes for me. A great end fight is 7 minutes. Um, So even if I 8 minute, I'm probably gonna match my 13-minute run. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Um, yeah, so I need to craft my bow. I still was crafting my bow in the end on this run. I started to craft it in the bastion just so I don't waste end time of like perch possibilities. I got my food all set, and yeah, kind of just the end fight as usual for me at this point. Um, I was playing Minecraft for so long this day, so my bow shots are pretty accurate. Um, but yeah, you see the dragons perching right there, like so if I was just bowing down, I maybe could have caught that. Another thing I don't do on this run is I don't do much perch manipulation. Um, at this point, I'm still kind of just bowing the dragon down, running out of arrows. Um, yep, that's where I actually turned my sound on for the first time in the run. Um, Yeah, I probably should try and figure out how to turn my render distance up to see the explosions of the crystals, but at this point I've gotten so consistent with it that it's kind of fine. Um, yeah, but yeah, because I know there's the minecart insta-kill strategy that the world record uses on this one, which is what makes it so fast. The difficult thing is, like, that requires me to pearl and clutch and set it up really quickly in order to catch the dragon, like, at that specific node. I think this one even I just said screw it. I think I got that crystal fine because I couldn't see the explosion. I wasn't close enough. Um, so yeah, I'm just kind of guessing dragon body blocking for the crystal a little bit, and get some nice crystal damage on it too. Um, yeah, and also some free pearls, which is very good for clutching. Just because if I get knocked in the air, which hasn't been happening too much, so I've been pretty satisfied with that. But yeah, I was about to shoot that one down, realized the dragon wasn't healing, so it's probably good. I see that one's still up, so I can start building that one down. But yeah, kind of the next step ish is trying to either figure out the insta kill strategy on this seed, since again, if I get a really good start like on this one, like I know I can do, of getting everything in 2 minutes and getting to the end in like 4.5-ish, 5 maybe at worst, I could get like a 6-7 minute on this seed easy. I finally get that crystal down, so now it's just bowing the dragon like usual, which again I'm not doing too much perch manip here. I'm also kind of wasting my arrows on it being a bit high. I'm still a bit reckless here. Yeah, but yes, kind of the next step for me to get faster on this seed, a lot faster, is perch manip. what I did learn a good bit, which was the 11-minute run, but it's also still have the axe, so I can use that a little bit. Sharp 3, gonna cut in really nice, and then I finally realized that the iron sword has a higher DPS than an iron axe, and plus there's a sharp 1 iron sword in there, so it works out great. But yeah, I'm kind of... So I could learn the insta-kill for this seed, but the other way I get faster is just because I know I can. Like, again, I can get into the end here in 4.5 minutes, 4 if I get a really, really good run. Like, because I know... Because that's the thing, too, I think, is like, when I ran Marble Blast Gold a little bit, it felt really tough. Like, my skill ceiling was definitely a lot lower than I thought it was. And that's kind of how I felt about Minecraft too. Like, oh, it took me forever and I got a 16-minute run finally, and then I get a 13 out of nowhere. And then I do this run and I get a low 12-minute out of nowhere. I don't think I actually, unless I put him in the title, it won't be there. But yeah, this is a 12:02.4. And when I was timing it, I went, there's no fucking way. I literally got a low, like, I thought it was going to be a mid 12, like a 12:30, but like a low 12 was just like, yep, okay. I'm video gaming a bit. Yeah, I'm trying to conserve arrows here at this point. But yeah, because like pretty much at the start, I can go really, really quickly and like in 2 minutes leave. And if I don't go around, I can just go direct. That saves me half a minute. If I can pearl over, I get this extra pearl trait, and I can pearl over the fortress instead of running through it, it can save me another half minute. If I get a direct portal into the end portal and then can pearl onto the end island, that saves me like another minute, I think, 40 seconds, but there was something else I'm forgetting. But like, I could feasibly save 2 minutes off of this 12-minute run with good precision and everything. So I was like, okay, I could kind of do a sub 10 if I got a really good run and I played my cards right. I thought it'd be tough, but I did just get like, a 12-minute out of nowhere. So that was really exciting. Yeah, because at this point then now I'm pretty much out of arrows, so I'm kind of like, I'm just waiting for it to perch, and I think I'm like looking if I have anything else I can hit it with. I think do I try a little bit of perchment up here, or do I kind of just bow the dragon down? I think I do. Yeah, because this is at least the little bit of perchment up that I know from like one cycling back in the olden days before the 0 cycle, is you want to be like far away from the perch. I think some people say to pillar up, but yeah, far away. And I kind of invented the tech of bowing it if it's far away to try and shoo it towards the center. I have no idea if that's known or if that even works, but yeah, that's kind of what I made. I kind of also added that rule for myself. So I do a little bit of perchment up here, but it's nothing crazy. I can see it starting to perch a little bit. I got my spare pearls, so I can quick run in. I think I kill it on the perch, right? This is the one I just killed on. Yeah, I killed this one on the perch. Yep. Yeah, so I don't have the timer on the screen. I also decided to shoot my arrows up in celebration and didn't realize they would hit myself. But thankfully it didn't knock me out of the end. So that was really good. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this was me using the chat message afterward, just being like recapping what just happened. Yep, and it definitely was a 4.5 minute end enter. Yeah, and this is kind of how I was treating it, as just bow the dragon. I wasn't doing much perchment up, which I did change. And yeah, because I didn't have a timer, I did not know this was a 12-minute one. So that was kind of cool that I kind of predicted that. So yeah, but so a crazy solid run from me. Like my 13, like that one was pretty polished. So that made me, the fact that it came out of nowhere and after I calmed down a bit, I went, oh, okay, yeah, it is just, sometimes it's just a mental game for me on making sure I can perform. So it was real exciting. So I did that, I was like, okay, I'll do a voiceover for that again. I'll post it just like the 16, fair enough. And then the next night I went, I want to try some more runs. I want to try just a few more runs. So, when I had a couple moments, I decided to boot up some more. You can see run 103. Like, I did a lot of runs this night. Actually, not that too much. I think I just did 100. Not 100, like 30. But it was kind of, I was restarting a lot just because I was like, I don't want to have to deal with inconveniences of like falling down the bastion or anything. So it, but yeah, and the pros to this as well is I'd only been doing it for like an hour. So I was not tired and having some low speed with it. So you're seeing me just zoom around a bit. I also decided to, instead of gathering too much wood, just go for one boat because I think the brutes like were able to do that and it's easier for me if they get into one boat. So that made my overworld a lot cleaner and simpler. Um, yeah, and also trying to place it so I can get around it a bit better. I did see the world record go to the brutes into like that area over there a little bit, which I might try. I also kind of like the boat strat. I think it's not horrible. So yeah, so the brute whacks me on the way back and I fall down, which is not good because one, that was my crafting table and sticks for a bow, and also two, the axe is now gone, which is kind of a blow. But again, it doesn't matter too much. It does like 3 hits after I use it. It also means my chest looting is going to be a little bit slow because I won't be able to just break the chests, but I'd also been doing that a little bit here. This time I run through the nether portal and it follows me through. So the brute's now in the overworld. I again get whacked by the brute and piglins conspire against me. And I lose my wood again. So now I need to get more logs. Yeah, of course I have this brute to contend with, but luckily he zombifies because RNGesus. Yeah, so I finally, so this is like a minute and a half in, and the brutes are finally like stabilized, which is not great. But I have the power of God and anime on my side. So I let those piglins trade. I collect everything here. I kind of know what to get. Get the food, get the arrows. And this is also when I started deciding to make my bow in the bastion, like when I'm waiting for the piglin trades. So it's this is I just make that because again that's why I have the crafting table and that wood. So now if I die, I can just look for the bow and then we're good. So I also try to sneak past the piglins trading, get the stuff out of this chest, but I also then see that like the pearl trades I believe are the first 3. So after that it doesn't matter. So I kind of kite them a little bit, grab all the pearls, and get killed again. Uh, so yeah, at this point we're coming up probably what 2.5 minutes into the run. So it's definitely not fast by any means. This time though I try to just lure them off the edge like I normally do. I have to remember not to get the brutes. An arrow bounces off me because I am just because they don't want to be seen as transphobic. But yeah, gather all my stuff, make sure it's all good. I got the bow, got the pearls, that's all that really matters. And some food, which is really good. Yeah, very quick sorting. I'm getting a lot better with my inventory sorting and my mouse precision. Feeling more confident in that, so it's pretty good all around. I think I forget I forgot the soul speed boots. I decided to make myself armor just because, and a bucket in case I get put in the overworld for a water bucket, just for security. But yeah, armor just because, if I still need the blaze rods, so this would be good for some level of protection. So there happens to be a blaze right here. Lights me on fire, but whatever. So chug the gapple. I see the wither skeleton ablaze. I'm like, I know I won't have a spare one in the end, but I burn a pearl just getting past him quickly. Just okay. I finally started going on the left route as well. I think I did that in the 12-minute one. Just saves a few more seconds. Yeah, because I have the extra pearl trait, I can do this. So the world record does like a minecart launch to pearl instantly to the other side. But I figured I can pearl into this thing and skip my like half a minute of running. I can also avoid the fortress entirely, but I needed the flint and steel because I lost the fire charges when I died. So I grabbed that real quick, but otherwise I can just pearl right over to like here and be set. So yeah, so like pretty, at this point it's 4.5 minutes, about coming up on 4.5 minutes. So I'm probably gonna enter the end in like 5 or 6. Not amazing, but it's like it's not horrible by any means. Like if I get a decent end fight with 6 minutes, it could still be like a 12 minute or something. I'm trying not to spoil it, but yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is a decent run. We'll try a little bit. I think I did a lot of them, kind of like last one, last one. I was gonna just try for 30 minutes. I ended up trying for an hour. This was the last one I did in that hour. Again, bad portal, not in the portal room, but that's okay. Um, just run further. Remember that you can actually like nearly insta break mossy things with your fist, so I do that. Finally, headbang on the wire. Finally, remember or clutch and have a spine about that. Um, yeah, and so I'm into the end here, about 5.5 minutes in. So it's really not bad. So I pearl over, and I have my bow, so I can instantly just start taking out the crystals. Um, yeah, and my bow shots were actually amazing on here. It was I don't know what I was on this run. Like it's just I think one of the things I like about the C2 is whenever you get to the end, or whenever I get to the end, I know I'm on a good pace. Um, so like going into this, I'm like I feel really good, and it's finally like it's a new section of it that I can practice again, and it's just fun of being able to be in the end and speedrun it and know that like I'm on a really good pace right now. Like this could be a personal best. Um, but yeah, and so kind of like I was mentioning, this is an 11-minute run. How I timed it, um, I actually did finally see the physical render of that crystal breaking there, but I timed it to an 11:22, so pretty damn good, honestly. I'm pretty happy with that. But that also means that I did a 6-minute end, which is pretty crazy. Also a free pearl there with that. Helps for getting back and clutching as well, like I was saying. Have some blocks to use as well. And now it's just fighting bowing down the dragon. So here you can see I kind of set up a little bit like I'm going to do a perch minute. I'm a little bit off center of the perch. Thinking about that a little bit more just because the sword does like a fifth, maybe a quarter if it stays a long time of its health whenever it perches, versus bowing, which is going to do like some amounts. But it's really not as juicy as the purchase. So you can see I'm here by the portals again, or by the pillars, and I'm running in for it. Um, yeah, just gonna take it out, but yeah, I can totally, I think shave another. I mean, again, I thought the 12-minute was like okay, I could maybe do a sub 10, and I was actually I had 3 deaths in the Bastion this run, and it's an 11-minute one. So I'm like I can easily shave 2 minutes off of that Bastion initial start. So like there is not even a doubt in my mind that I could do a sub 10, which is really crazy to me. Like I did not think my skill ceiling was going to be this high in Minecraft. Like I'd always been like I'm like decent at Minecraft. I play some Bed Wars in 1.8 combat on Hypixel, but it never was like I never thought of myself as good at it, and now I've gotten some of the skills, a lot of the confidence, really is what it is, to actually be fairly competitive. Because, like on speedrun.com, on the world records, pretty much there's people who are like above 20 minutes and people who are 10 minutes and below. And I did look at a few of them, and a few of the sub 10 minutes use a different seed. I know there's one that has a bunch of ice, and has a glitched portal, so part of it's lit even though not all the eyes are in. And so you can just bed bomb the dragon since there's a village nearby. So that one is, I think I've been seeing a range between 6 and 4 minutes that it could be done. which is just quicker. And there's another seed that's again a little bit kind of similar Blaze and Bastion trading, but it has again a or like a weird kind of bed spawn place. So it can again you can again insta kill a dragon pretty easily. So and those are I think that one was 2.5 minutes. Um, so it's definitely I just grabbed that pearl instead of pearling in because I just wanted to have it on hand. So I know there are seeds that are faster. I might look at that. I think I honestly might look at MCSR and install that mod and try that a little bit because one of the main reasons I haven't done random seeds yet is just because I don't want to, like, if it's a bad seed, I don't want to kind of waste time with it because again I have a full-time job. Like, this is how I relax. So it's I kind of didn't want to leave that up, but with MCSR and kind of like having scouted seeds ish that are like decent, I could maybe be persuaded to do that. So I might try that here in the near future for fun. I might also try them other seeds to lower my personal best some, but I think I'm gonna try and stick with this seed and get this seed to a sub 10 because there's just something very satisfying about bringing this, like how my original seed I spent my speed ran on, was like an hour and a half. I brought it down to a 48 minutes, and like a 45 would maybe be possible. I guess with the right perch minute now, I could probably do a 45 decently easy. Um, um, oh, here, we'll look at the end here. But yeah, so I was so close here, and then it just decides to say, nope, nope, actually, I don't want to die. In which I say, nope, you're dying. So, actually fucking crazy as hell. 1122 out of nowhere. Um, yeah, but there's just something very satisfying about having, having that seed that I optimized down, and having now this seed that I started out at a 33 and I brought it down. I brought it down to a 20-minute, to a 16, to a 13, 12, 11. Also in such a short time. Like, I really thought this would have taken me a lot longer to grind for to get anywhere close to a we'll put this on a random frame here so I can talk a little bit. Um, it's not a good frame. Now I'm just looking for different frames. That's a decent frame. There you go. Um, yeah, but so it is something very. I am very proud of how good I've gotten and how far I've come in speedrunning, especially considering I'm doing a traditional end fight. Like, I mean, if you think about it, this even on my 11-minute fight, my end fight was longer than my entire Bastion Nether prep that led up to it, which I am, despite it being even horrible. Um, so there's something very satisfying and about optimizing it and getting really good at just a traditional end fight and also being able to get it below a sub 10 and optimize the rest of the run as well. So I think I'll get a sub 10 and that'll be kind of a good cap for this seed for me because any further than a sub 10 and I'll need to figure out how to insta kill the dragon really, because I'm hopefully going to be doing like 5-6 minute end fights and then 4 minute overworld nether traverse to the getting to the end everything. So it is, and which will be something very cool because especially on this one, like my moving around of everything is very on point. So it's my inventory management and like my clicking through and my pace and everything. Like I think my 16-minute one, I felt slow. I felt really fast in that moment, but I was also just tired. Um, and so now being able to look at this one and replay it back and be like, damn, I'm actually pretty fast at this. I'm very proud of myself for doing it. Um, I'm very happy with how far I've come. And there's still like an element of, yo, yeah, other people have other seeds Like I think I watched one of the people with a 6 minute one, and all I could think of was, damn, this is like so unoptimized. Like, really, this person beat faster than me? And the answer is, well, yes, but I am doing something I think more technically impressive of optimizing this seed this much, and I'm probably gonna run that seed and destroy that person's time. It's just, yeah, that's a little bit sad, but I think I try not to compare myself too much. Inevitably, I do, but I try not to. And to be like, because 16 minutes to me, 16:48 was like, okay, I can get a sub 20, but it's not amazing. And then I got the 13 minute, and I went, okay, that's fucking great. And then I got the 12 out of nowhere, and went, okay, I'm really fucking good. And I have this 11 minute one that I'm just like, I can barely comprehend how far I've come in Minecraft skill to have such a bad start with 3 deaths, and I still get an 11 minute run. So I think I'll probably grind this seed a bit off stream. I think that's good. I enjoy that a bit more. Because I have my mic off. I'm listening to music in the background. It's chill. So it's on stream. I'll probably, when I do stream, I really can't stream until like really later this week, just for my schedule and everything. But stream probably just be Bed Wars and other servers, and this seed speedrunning I'll save for off stream, and then once I get a sub 10 on this, I'll probably start speedrunning, looking at some other seeds, seeing if I can find ones that I might be faster at. Um, yeah, because I think, yeah, a sub 5 on another seed would again be like actually insane. But as it is, like an 11 minute with a traditional end fight is just crazy. And again, I compare it to 5 minutes because, like, oh, it's slower than the 5 minute one and everything, but like it is very difficult for me to realize how far I've come and everything. And of course, maybe you're like, oh, this is, why does she care too much about this? It's just a fucking video game. This kind of, I don't know. I tend to abandon a lot of stuff and like not finish it. So the fact that I'm able to have some aptitude and enjoy it and continue doing it is very, very cathartic for me, I suppose. And yeah, so I'm having fun with it. I'm enjoying it. It means a lot to me that I'm able to to be this good at Minecraft after a lot of effort and joy in playing it. So it's really fun. Um, yeah. And speaking of speedrunning, I don't still no solid plans for a manhunt. Would still love to do one. Um, but again, the point would be to be like having fun with people probably versus just like, let's do a manhunt, random person, let's go. So not too sure about that, but we'll see. Still trying to collab with other YouTubers, see how that goes. If anything, I'm sure if you're watching this in the future, you can see if I ever did. um, yeah, but I yeah, and I mean, again, I have 44 subscribers now. Again, the last one was also a coworker, different one this time. Um, but it's yeah. So I'm not too sure what will happen, but I'm really enjoying speedrunning. It's really fun. It's frustrating sometimes when the Bastion, because pretty much now all my resets are bad Bastion RNG of like, gas spawning, of wither skeletons, too many wood skeletons, too many blazes, the brute's not cooperating. Like that's pretty much all my resets now. Once I get through that and I leave the fort or I leave the Bastion, I'm set. I get to the end in some time, and then I have the end fight. So it's it's not too. I'm pretty consistent. So I think a sub 10 will be inbound. Um, Not tonight because I'm recording this, and then I'm pretty much just gonna go to bed. Um, but yeah, this next week I'll try and get a sub 10. We'll see what I can do, if it'll take too long, and maybe if it doesn't happen, I might keep going and try again on stream a little bit. when I can. And then after that, it's going to be looking at some other seeds and everything, and MCSR possibly. I got to figure out how to do it. One, because I'm technically inept. Two, because I'm just on vanilla, and I don't really want to add too many other mods to it. I like just being able to have my just vanilla Minecraft playing. So, um, yeah, that's really about it. I've yapped for far too long. um, but yeah, I was almost gonna be like, let me put the PBs in a different video, but I thought I'd combine them together since they are both they were both set a day apart, right after the 13-minute. It's a worthy, it's a worthy one. So, um, yeah, maybe we'll finish out. I'll just play this in the background a little bit. Um, but yeah, so, but yeah, and I guess yeah, I'm still planning to just play some Minecraft right now, and with this, um, I low key might randomly play American Truck Simulator, but I suspect that'll be even more boring since, just to me. Um, but I might also play some other Steam games. I thought I might try Undertale again. I kind of started it with a friend a while back and didn't finish it. I might play through it again because I had a fun time playing it. So, might try that again soon. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep having fun for the time being on this. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like I need to say that at the end of every video. Just me yapping. Um, yeah. So stay tuned and everything. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you got to this far in the video, I'm very surprised if you did. Not sure why that happened. That's the same thing I had on the other on my no jumping vid. I am so proud of that video too. Let me just say that too. I am so proud of that no jumping video. That was like one of the best recordings I've had. I was actually so fucking funny. Um, and it was so entertaining and everything. So not only was it a great challenge, it was a great video as well. So I'm happy with that. I thought of a few more Bed Wars challenges I might do in the near future. I haven't looked at them in forever. Let's let's see if I had any good ones. That was okay. Eh, that one's not bad. That's kind of also the other same one where I was like winning, like trying to win a game of 4v4s, 3v3s, 2v2s, and 1v1s back to back to back to back. But I just think that's not doable right now for me, especially because I've now been training on 1.9 PvP. Um, so yeah, none of these are that amazing, but we'll figure something out. And again, Bed Wars is just Bed Wars. So yeah, all right, I'm actually gonna stop talking now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you watched, pop into the streams if you can. I don't have any stream schedule. I just stream whenever I can and at whatever time I so desire. So that's a bit up in the air, but yeah, here's to following here's to following your dreams and persevering and giving yourself the recognition you deserve uh when something comes out of it, I guess. All right. I'll see you around.